Okay, Alpha Centauri fans, this will be like a short news about the last 2 or 3 months, what happened in Alpha Centauri community, and mostly focused on mods. So I would like to keep this in 5 minutes if possible, so let's get on with it. First thing, we have a new wiki, Alpha Centauri wiki. This one is on Meiers' site. I will put the link in description, so bookmark this if you like play Alpha Centauri. This one was set up by community and it is maintained by community. Concretely, it's the Discord community and the devs, so it should be staying here hopefully for a long time. Alpha Centauri lost lots of information, some of the wikis were shut down, so this is a great effort to keep the game and all info live. If you feel like you can help adding information to it, just join Discord and ask about Wiki. There are people there who will know what to do. Point 2, just wanted to mention this super quickly. Regarding Wiki, we have developers, modding developers adding information to it, and one of the recent articles is about probe team and probe team success rate. And this is information directly from the game code. And ton of information, lots of it I think unknown by now on how probes work, worthy guide, so you can find information like that on this wiki. Jumping to point 3, and this is a really important one in my opinion. So here we have a large article on diplomacy in Alpha Centauri, and this one was made by the developer of Will to Power mod. So far, mods did not mod diplomacy, barely maybe some edge cases, but for the most part it's unmodded. And it's one of the best and one of the weakest parts of the game regarding AI. So what's new? Anyway, this time the dev went too deep into the code and made an article, tried to decipher everything about how AI works and what affects diplomacy changes and mode changes. You also here have the integrity, and lots of it is yet not clear, but it's up to us players and devs to try to understand all this information that we have now extracted about diplomacy. And I believe this is what can improve Alpha Centauri to yet another level. Tinker mod really fixed AI and the game is quite challenging. AI looks capable and strong, and as I said, I believe diplomacy is its weakest point, so hopefully we will soon see some diplomacy modding in Tinker mod as well. As mentioned, and I will mention it in the last part, Will to Power already made some improvements and it feels good. Here I will just mention one thing, for example, somewhere in here, if you modify rainfall patterns, so if you build boreholes or condensers, you get +5 bad modifier towards AI and +20 is maximum. So like you build couple of condensers and boreholes and yeah, I will hate you and attack you. I mean, like, that's inevitable, which really leads to everyone declaring vendetta on you in late games and makes for a worse game in my opinion. So for example, this was completely modded out in Will to Power and makes the late game much more playable. So let's jump to point 4. I want to showcase you a little mod made by a Discord user named Valdus, and he made these asphalt roads. It's like a single file that's changed, you just copy it in your game directory and it works. I don't know, I really like them. They look cool compared to the Earth roads. So maybe if you want to use this one, join the Discord and you can find it there. I'll put the link in the description as well and how to get this mod. Couple of extra screenshots here, this one, and for example this one. And here it is on Discord. This is the initial post, it's called Thinner Roads, and here you can see that dirt roads are thinner, they look better, people liked it. This is the vanilla, and this is Thinner Roads. So you may pick up this file or the asphalt ones, which is later in the Discord. Jumping to point 4 I think, and it's Tinker mod. Tinker mod has a new version, this one is 4.9 and it's the first version in 25. So for the people who don't know, Tinker is the ultimate AI mod for the Alpha Centauri. It really makes for a much better game. This is from one of my games. So I am the Zakharov and playing against AIs, and this is AI Morgan. And this is very late in the game, and look at this. Had to kill the Morgan here because he is leading in all the tech, military, pop, wealth. Like he was running away the game, and Morgan is one of the hardest factions to play. So the AI is that good in Tinker mod. Really a sight to behold and makes for a much better game. Tinker tries not to mod vanilla game much, that's why we have the other mod. But it still brings out some important fixes, and there are a number of here, you can read them, and I did underline 3 of these that I want to mention here. This time Tinker added unit support bonus. This one will add some extra support to AIs, and this matters a lot, especially early in the game, and it will make the AI even better. And the another AI change was that AI should be now much better in getting Centauri ecology, the first tech that gives you terraforming abilities and formers. Just these 2 changes should make for the better AI, I'm pretty sure in it. And one change to mention here as well is full mod support for Windows XP. But recently Microsoft made a 24H2 patch, and it crashes Alpha Centauri, including some other old games, and there were people having trouble running the game. So one way to solve this is to revert to the older Windows patch, or to use older Windows systems. You can use, for example, virtual machine and load one of the older Windows systems. Windows XP is a smaller one, so it's easy to use. So get the latest Tinker, set up Windows XP on it, install the game, and it should work on virtual machine if you don't have other options. So these are the main changes in Tinker, and there are lots of other fixes, so feel free to read through the list. And last but not the least is Will to Power. It's the mod based on Tinker, so it picks up the great AI that Tinker has and tries to rebalance the game. So this is the ultimate rebalance mode for Alpha Centauri. You can see how the AI fills the map. Yeah, it's pretty scary how strong the AI can be. Facilities are rebalanced, AI build orders, terrain improvements, units, pretty much everything is touched a bit. Will to Power changes usually much more often than Tinker. And I summed up some of the changes with version 3.6.5. So as I mentioned earlier, Will to Power started to rebalance diplomacy, and I think it already made the game much better in that aspect. It removed and tore down some of the worst aspects of diplomacy. Then recently it did some changes to the unit costs, unit upgrades, to make the game more enjoyable to play basically. And it tries to refresh the game. So for example, recycling tanks, one of the main facilities, was changed to give minerals to mining platforms, mines and rocky mines. That's quite different than vanilla, which gives +1 in base enter tile. So you can see some of the changes like this. It really refreshes the game in my opinion. And then we have social engineering rebalance, probe tags. Probes were nerfed a bit, so tech stealing is a bit harder, also tech trading. There were more changes, but let's just mention some of the most important AI changes. Developers started working on some of the AI combat improvements. So like AI trying to use terrain to its advantage. This is one of the biggest weaknesses of AI, like it's easy for player to pick up the AI units. Then they try to build defensive probes, also super important. And in general, to place workers better and build essential facilities. Lastly, like what Tinker do, Will to Power also tries to add some quality of life, and lately we had major performance improvements, so it makes for a faster game. This is really important in the late game. And there will be less pop-ups, and there is a support for a Tinker user.ini file in which you can override some of the game settings, so if you keep reinstalling the mods, you don't have to edit the file every time manually. Nice little thing to have. So that would be it for now, at least what I caught in the community. I apologize if I missed maybe some important news. This is not like a comprehensive summary of all changes that are happening. Yeah, and maybe if you want me to mention something in future, I may make a new video like this in a couple of months. Feel free to leave a comment or contact me on Discord. So that would be it. Thank you all for watching and see you.